Imagine watching a line of ants march straight across a featureless plain and wondering how do they stay so unfailingly on course without obvious landmarks? One fascinating answer lies in bioelectromagnetic navigation, the use of Earth's magnetic field as a sort of global GPS. But here's the puzzle. Unlike migratory birds that hoard tiny iron crystals in their beaks, ants lack obvious iron-based compass needles. So how do they pull it off? What clues tell us ants can sense magnetism? Researchers have observed that when you gently invert the polarity of the magnetic field around a foraging ant, it briefly hesitates, then veers off its path, almost as if its internal compass spun the wrong way. Question: could that be a fluke of lab conditions? Field experiments confirm it. Ants displaced to unfamiliar terrain still head home in the correct magnetic direction, even under cloud cover or at night when visual cues vanish. If there's no iron in their bodies, what's doing the sensing? The leading hypothesis points to specialized proteins called cryptochromes in their eyes and central nervous system. Cryptochromes can form pairs of paired radicals, molecules with unpaired electrons, whose quantum spins are subtly deflected by Earth's magnetic field. Imagine two spinning tops whose wobble depends on an invisible force. By comparing the wobble patterns, the ant's brain infers magnetic direction without any metal at all. How sensitive is this radical pair compass? Remarkably sensitive. The tiny energy differences that radicals experience under Earth's weak field are just millionths of an electron volt. Yet insects' visual systems and neural circuits amplify that faint signature, integrating it with other sensory data. In practice, an ant's magnetic readout isn't a precise bearing, but a course heading, roughly, which it combines with landmarks and path integration, counting its own steps, for pinpoint navigation. Are ants unique in this, or do other insects join the party? Many insects use similar tricks. Monarch butterflies employ radical pair magnetoreception to guide their multi-thousand kilometer migrations. Honeybees calibrate their sun compass angles against magnetic cues on overcast days. Even fruit flies show changes in flight preference when their cryptochromes are genetically disabled, proof that the mechanism is widespread in the insect world. Why does this matter? Understanding bioelectromagnetic navigation without iron reshapes our view of sensory biology. It reveals that nature can harness quantum chemistry, tiny spin states inside proteins, to solve real-world challenges. This insight inspires new technologies. Imagine quantum-based compasses for drones that work in GPS-denied environments, or miniature navigation chips spun from biomimetic radical pair sensors. So next time you see an ant vanishing down an invisible tunnel, remember, it's tapping into Earth's magnetic whispers, not chunks of iron. By leaning on the subtle quantum ripples in specialized proteins, ants navigate a world we humans can barely sense, yet one that's all around us, guiding journeys both great and small. In many animals, magnetoreception, the ability to detect Earth's magnetic field, is linked to iron-based minerals like magnetite that align with magnetic fields. However, certain insects like ants, bees, and fruit flies exhibit magnetic sensitivity despite lacking detectable magnetite in their nervous systems. This challenges classical biophysical models of magnetic sensing. It suggests that alternative non-iron mechanisms might be used to transduce geomagnetic information. The mystery lies in how such minute fields can be sensed without metal-based magnetoreceptors. Desert ants can return to their nest using the magnetic field even after their visual and chemical cues are blocked. It's like navigating with a compass that's invisible, intangible, and might not even contain metal. One leading hypothesis is the radical pair mechanism, in which photoreceptor proteins form quantum-entangled electron pairs whose spin states are affected by Earth's magnetic field. These proteins, especially cryptochromes, respond to blue light and may provide direction-sensitive biochemical signals. The spins of the radical pair precess in ways subtly influenced by magnetic fields affecting reaction outcomes. The result is a weak but reliable chemical compass, not dependent on iron but on quantum spin dynamics. This mechanism has strong support in birds and is increasingly studied in insects. Fruit flies with mutated cryptochrome genes lose magnetic orientation ability, implicating this light-sensitive protein. It's like using polarized sunglasses where the lens alignment shifts depending on magnetic whispers. Experimental studies show that ants use magnetic cues to orient their movement, particularly during nest finding or trail laying. When magnetic fields are manipulated artificially, ants change direction or lose orientation, even when no iron particles are found in their tissues. Some species appear to combine magnetic input with solar or polarized light cues. Their magnetic compass works under natural field strengths, tilde 50 MTs, suggesting high sensitivity. Behavioral changes strongly support internal magnetic detection. Wood ants placed in controlled arenas with altered magnetic fields shifted their exit direction based on the artificial field orientation. It's like blindfolding someone and rotating the room, but they still find the door by sensing subtle field pressure. Cryptochromes are flavoproteins found in many animals, including insects, and are known to mediate circadian rhythms and light sensing. In the radical pair model, these proteins are excited by blue light, triggering the formation of spin-correlated electron pairs. The Earth's magnetic field affects the lifetime and orientation of these spin states, influencing downstream biochemical signaling. Cryptochrome expression in insect antennae and eyes makes them prime candidates for magnetoreception. Different variants may tune sensitivity across species. In honeybees, cryptochrome expression correlates with daily activity patterns and light-dependent navigation. It's like having a built-in GPS antenna tuned to the planet's magnetic heartbeat, powered by sunlight. Avoiding iron-based sensors may offer advantages: less metabolic cost, reduced oxidative stress, and integration with existing light-sensitive systems. Since many insects are diurnal and rely heavily on vision, coupling magnetoreception to photoreceptors like cryptochrome makes evolutionary sense. Light-dependent sensing also allows circadian modulation, turning magnetic detection on or off depending on time of day. This system is flexible, self-powered, and embedded in already evolved pathways. The absence of iron does not mean the absence of magnetism, just a different sensing strategy. Butterflies also show magnetic orientation behavior that disappears under red light, supporting a light-dependent non-ferrous mechanism. It's like replacing a heavy compass needle with a transparent light-powered sensor built into your sunglasses. Beyond cryptochromes, other biological structures might assist in detecting magnetic fields, such as specialized antennae cells or microtubule alignments. Nano-level anisotropies in cell membranes or cytoskeletal arrangements may amplify or bias magnetic effects. Ion channels could be modulated by spin state-driven changes in redox or pH. The geometry and localization of receptors could encode directional data into neural signals. Research is ongoing to identify these nanostructures using high-resolution imaging and electrophysiology. Studies in cockroach antennae show specific neurons respond to magnetic field orientation despite no iron content. It's like tuning a harp string to resonate with planetary vibrations, so fine it reacts to invisible tones. Insect magnetoreception is probed by placing insects in arenas with controlled magnetic fields. Rotated, canceled, or oscillated, genetic mutants lacking cryptochromes or other key proteins are used to test necessity. Disorientation, path errors, or reduced homing ability suggest disrupted magnetic sensing. These behavioral changes vanish under darkness or red light, reinforcing the need for blue light excitation. The convergence of molecular biology and behavioral assays is revealing new insights into sensory ecology. When fruit flies with disabled cryptochromes are exposed to magnetic fields, they show no directional behavior, unlike wild-tuck flies. It's like turning off Wi-Fi and watching a smart device lose its sense of direction. Understanding how insects use non-ferrous magnetoreception could lead to new biomimetic sensors for robotics, drones, and autonomous navigation. Unlike GPS, magnetic field sensing works underground, underwater, and indoors. Devices using synthetic analogs of cryptochrome-like molecules might offer low-energy, compact directional sensors. These systems could operate in low light or variable environments, just like ants in a dark tunnel. Nature's minimalist compass inspires robust technology. Engineers are exploring organic semiconductor materials that mimic radical pair dynamics for magnetosensitive electronics. It's like building a GPS system that fits inside a matchbox and works without satellites. Ants and other insects challenge the traditional view that magnetoreception requires magnetite. Through light-dependent proteins like cryptochromes and quantum effects like the radical pair mechanism, they may use Earth's magnetic field without iron. This form of quantum biology reveals that life can sense the invisible using subtle physical principles embedded in molecular design. Studying these systems not only decodes insect behavior, but also expands our understanding of sensory biology and quantum sensing. The compass of life, it turns out, may be made of photons and spin, not metal and magnet. Desert ants navigating long distances in blinding sun use both celestial and magnetic cues without a speck of iron in sight. It's like finding your way by listening to the earth hum and not needing a needle to hear the tune.